chapter, wonderful literature with the blessings of, with the mercies of wonderful acharyas. Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, and all our acharyas, our Guru Parampara. Okay, today we'll be going through the verse, chapter 19 of Nectar of Devotion. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, Mataji.
So, Nectar of Devotion, chapter 19. नानाशास्त्रविचारणैकनिपुणौ सद्धर्मसंस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मन्यौ शरण्याकरौ राधाकृष्णपदारविन्दभजनानन्देन मत्तालिकौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ. Do someone wants to read the translation of this verse, this pranam mantra to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavana? Neeru Mataji, would you like to read the translation?
Sri Bhakti Srimat Sindhu, the Nectar of Devotion. But I don't see the translation on the screen, Mataji.
Oh, okay, then I have to minimize the screen. How about now, Mataji?
Now I can read it, no problem. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the 6 Goswami, namely Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Dosa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizing, studying all the revealed scripture with the aim of establishing eternal religious principle for the benefit of all. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna.
So, our today's topic, pure devotional service, is very much related. That's why we need to offer pranams to these 6 Goswamis, because they are not only manjaris, they are totally absorbed in the mood of gopis. So that absorption is very much needed to understand the transcendental topic of pure devotional service. Otherwise, we cannot even have the glimpse of it. We cannot, if suppose if I am talking, if I to about vipralam bhava, transcendental matter, subject matters, to my LKG kid or first grade kid, if I say, how he will react? He will say as if it is a Greek and Latin, right? So in the same way, these topics are also we can understand only with the mercy of these acharyas. Otherwise, not only we don't it's not like we are not understanding anything, but also we may do aparadas while in the process of understanding. That's why always we need the blessings, mercy of all these acharyas. Okay, we'll go to the topic. And it's a little recap, but I'm not going into very deep. We are in the chapter 19. That means we went through whole 18 chapters. We completed 18 chapters and we are in the 19th chapter. And to say we crossed the stage of bhava, and we are on the on the platform of pure devotional service. If we have complete faith and if we attended these 18 chapters, seriously I'm saying, we can have that, we can experience the symptoms, even though we may not completely attain this stage, but we can at least understand. Wow. Because all these 2 to 14 chapters, in the first introduction on chapter 1, it is describing about the samanya bhakti, or normal devotional service, or characteristics of devotional service. What are the benefits if we perform devotional service? If suppose you are regularly attending all these classes, temple programs, every one of you sincerely making endeavors, okay, you are trying to explain to someone, see, this ISKCON is doing very nicely. Chanting is recommended for all of us. Can you chant? You are trying to explain to someone. What if they ask you, what's their benefit for me if I chant? Because I'm doing my puja in my mind. And every day I put namaskar. Every day I offer dandavats. That is enough. I don't need to show off. I don't need to exhibit that I am chanting. I am chanting. I don't need to put a mic and to tell to everyone. So if they say like that, how can we convince them? Those are there. All these answers are there in the chapter 1 itself. What are the characteristics of pure devotional service? What are the benefits if we chant? You can, for in the ordinary terms, you can explain them, all these characteristics, as the benefits of performing devotional service. For example, it will bring all auspiciousness, kleshagni, subhada, sandrananda visheshatma, Sri Krishna Akarshini, Sudurlabha. All these are all benefits. Those are all the Sanskrit terms. Okay, let me say in the English. It will remove all your material miseries. So which is very attractive, right, to hear for even a common man. It will remove, because every one of us are having, even though we have millions of dollars, there is nobody without any material problem, either bodily problems, mental problems, physical problems, environment problems, peer problems, colleagues problems, job problems, boss problems. Some problem will be there definitely for everyone. So if we say that klesh agni, this will burn away all your material miseries. Very nice, right, to hear. Next is auspiciousness, subhala. It will bring auspiciousness in your life, in your family, in your whole everywhere. It will bring auspiciousness. How nice it is to hear. Like that, you can explain everything, and you will be attracted to Krishna. You will get moksha lagnakriti. You will get liberation. With just simple devotional service itself. In the beginning of the chapter itself, very nicely it is mentioned. So these are very helpful to convince ourselves and to convince others also. Okay, that is the benefits that we can see in the chapter 1 itself, Samanya Bhakti. Next is Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti, then they will ask, okay, now I am convinced. What should I do? Okay, then you can explain. Simple. If they are little more faithful, you can explain. See, eating, drinking alcohol, all these nonsense, this is not good for your spiritual progress. So follow these just 4 regulative principles, and chant 16 rounds. If not chanting 16 rounds is possible for you, how many rounds ever you can chant, you can chant. So all these rules and regulations and performing devotional service will come under Vaidhi Sadhana, regular practice. If he has more taste, he can come and attend the Mangalarti, he can do follow Ekadasis, he can perform Aratis. All these, everything will come under regular practices, Sadhana Bhakti. And from chapter 2 to 14, it's a vague description of this Sadhana Bhakti only. And it is very much needed also, because we are not siddhas, nitya siddhas. on spot, in the dream also we can think of Krishna. Even if I close my eyes anytime, every moment, like Arjuna, my hair will chant Krishna Krishna. We cannot claim ourselves, right? We need sadhana, that too under the guidance of the spiritual master. So all these are all come under Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. And by doing, what will happen one day? If you stop chanting due to some reason, you'll miss something, as if you are away from your most closest person. Suppose how do you feel? Something is missing, something is missing in my life, like that you'll feel, right? In the same way, someday if you stop chanting, if you don't chant, you will feel that I want to chant, I feel like doing it. I want to get up for Mangalarti. Nobody forces you. Nobody verifies you whether have you completed this, like a student homework is verified by the teacher. Nobody will ask. That stage is called as Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. You yourself spontaneously willing to do with love and devotion. So that spontaneous practice we discussed in 15th and 16th chapters. Next, bhava, ecstasies. In 17th and 18th chapters, we discussed. So that means we crossed, we without our knowledge, if we are attentively listening to all these chapters, we finished 8 stages in our devotional path. Now we are on the 9th stage. In the beginning of my Krishna consciousness, I used to think when I read this, all the stages of devotional service, for a human being, for a person like me, is this possible to attain? For uttering itself, it's so difficult. Prema stage, is it possible to attain? Later, I came to know that in Madhurya Kadambini, such a wonderful book by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, he mentioned that yes, it is possible. It is possible for everyone, even sadhakas also, to attain this prema stage. So that we will discuss today. Okay. And in this, we already discussed, right? These are all the described as the waves. First wave, second wave, third wave. See, first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave. And we are on the fourth wave. All these comes only in one direction, Eastern Ocean. In the beginning, if you would have come, remember in the introduction of Nectar of Devotion itself, they said that 4 oceans on 4 directions: north, south, west, eastern. So all these topics are coming, 9 stages of devotional service coming under Eastern Ocean, east or Eastern wing, 4 wings. You would have heard this wing, not ocean, maybe Eastern wing, Western wing, Northern wing, Southern wing. So all these 4 waves comes under Eastern wing. Okay, now we are. So chapter 9 covers Prema Bhakti, the 4th wave of the Eastern Ocean. Oh, okay. Why they use the ocean means because we are using the wave term, right? That's why instead of wing, they mentioned ocean. And we discuss this mature stage of bhava. 19th chapter, devotional service in pure love of Godhead. What is the difference between bhava and prema? Adho shraddha, tadho sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anadhanuvritti, nista, ruchi, asakti, bhava, and prema. So, symptoms are same for the bhava stage and prema stage. How can we understand this? Is suppose in your life you would have come across sunrise. Okay, all of a sudden, sun directly, magically, he will not appear, right? First, we don't even see the sun. We will see the light. How we are seeing the light before the sun enters, before the sun rises? Because the sun emanates the rays first, and then sun will appear. That's the reason even we don't see the sun, we will see the light, right? So that means, what are the symptoms of the sun that means what is that sun is about to rise, how can we say? Based on the symptoms. In the same way, bhava is the, like, before a sun rises, how the symptoms arises. In the same way, before prema manifests, bhava symptoms comes first. But when prema comes, when we reach the prema stage, it is the complete manifestation. That means sun totally became visible. Sun is manifested for all of us. In the same way, bhava is the stage with the same symptoms of prema almost. It is appearing in the bhava stage, whereas prema is the matured stage of bhava. Completeness of bhava is called as prema. Okay, so here in the bhava itself, we can see softening of our heart. In the prema stage, that softening of heart will become complete. And when bhava deepens to the maximum, it is called as prema. Okay, and there are minute differences between mahabhava stage, prema stage. Why? Because we can find all other symptoms in all other gopis, but this maximum, to the maximum extent of mahabhava or prema, can be only seen in Srimati Radharani. But we can find similar symptoms in all the gopis, sakhis, manjaris. In many symptoms we can, but in full-fledged form, in complete manifestation form, we can see only in Srimati Radharani. So it doesn't mean that others are inferior. Srimati Radharani is the superior, of course, but always if we see the pastimes, there are so many competitions, like equal opponents. Chandravali, one group, Srimati Radharani in another group. Sometimes Krishna is neglecting Srimati Radharani and going to Chandravali. So, like that, we cannot think that at that time, in those pastimes, Radharani position is inferior than Chandravali and Chandravali is exhibiting more symptoms. It's not like that. For pastime's sake, Krishna will do such things, but we should not. But completeness, top most manifestation we can see in case of Srimati Radharani. And finally, Srila Rupa Goswami described bhava as a ray of prema. Both the sun and the sun ray possess light, but there is a difference of intensity. Yeah, very nicely it is described. See, before sun appears also, sun rays have the warmthness, right? But when sun completely comes out, that warmthness is much intense. In the same way, in the prema, the symptoms are much intense than in the bhava stage. Similarly, both bhava and prema possess ecstatic love of God. See, bhava, the meaning of bhava means ecstasy, which is there in both bhava and prema. Ecstatic love of God. But there is a light gradations. There are light variations, we'll see. But it is not as intense. We already discussed this. And we saw this a definition of prema. If someone can read these three volunteers, that will be good.
I would be happy to read, Mataji.
Please read, Mataji.
When the bhava softens the heart completely, becomes endowed with a great feeling of possessiveness in relation to the Lord, and becomes very much condensed and intensified, it is called prema, love of Godhead, by learned scholars. It is in the Madhya 23.7.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 23.7. So, yes, they use the word condensed. Very nice word, the meaning. So, when the milk is served just like that, every day for deities we offer, right? Night kheer. Kheer means condensed form of milk is kheer. You don't need to add any sugar to that. By condensation process itself, it become very tasty than the regular milk. So in the same way, when bhava is much condensed, it becomes prema with extra taste. That is different. That is described as the definition of prema. And because it is much condensed, the softness for Krishna prema is very deep. There is no but you may ask, Srimati Radharani has the highest form of love, but sometimes she talks very roughly with Krishna, she talks very rude with Krishna, she rejects his proposals, like that. But everything to increase the rasa, to increase the melos of Krishna, love towards Krishna. Krishna likes that so much. When immediately, if he comes with some proposal, Srimati Radharani accepts it. It won't be that much flavorful. But when she rejects, he'll enjoy more. To increase that rasa, she will act like that. Okay. So, anybody else is there willing to read the second one?
Mataji, I can read. This is Sril Rup Goswami's definition of Prema Bhakti, which he confirms with the following quote. In the Narad Pancharatra, it is clearly stated that when lust is transferred to He Supreme Godhead and the concept of kinship is completely reposed in Him, such is accepted as pure love of God by great authorities like Bhishma, Prahlad, Uddhav, and Narad.
It is very important. See, in the material world, we don't know the, we are discussing love, pure love, we are discussing these terminologies, but we cannot find that in this material world. Everything we see, everything will be lust only, because there is a pinch of sense gratification when we are possessing that. Even the persons in our around us, we take it for granted for our service. So whenever we are coming into that picture, even though we are performing so-called devotional service, that is still as lust, because we have that enjoying propensity. For example, iPhone 15, a latest version is there. We are practicing devotional service. We will say that superficially, if I buy this iPhone 15, I can take better pictures for Krishna. I can hear kirtans, more kirtans for Krishna. Like that, we may say superficially. But internally, I should have this latest model. That guy got it, this guy got it, so I also want it. So that for our satisfaction, that lust will be there in the hidden form. That's why, even though externally we are thinking that this is for Krishna, this house is for Krishna, this car is for Krishna, this phone is, this laptop, everything, ultimately we will be end up in using for ourselves. Of course, most of the times, maybe some pure devotees, many of you might be there, who completely can utilize all your belongings for the service of Krishna. But in general, that's what it is mentioned here. Pure prema can be manifested when that lust is transferred to the Supreme Godhead. When we completely, suppose when we see Srila Prabhupada, Rolex watch, when he is given some $50 watch, he will wear it happily. And in the same time, 50,000 Rolex watch he was given, he will wear it. And afterwards, some other devotee he brings with love and devotion some only $25 watch. He will just give away this Rolex watch to him, and he will wear the $25. It doesn't, there is no variation for him in the price or in a quality. I should wear the best one, I should reject this one. No, nothing. My purpose is to follow the time in the service of Krishna. He is very conscious about that aspect. So always he never have any lust, and he will see everything for in the service of Krishna only. So like that, for us also, any kind of lust means any kind of our interests upon anything or any object or any person, if it is transferred to the Supreme Godhead, and the concept of kinship means mine, mine, my wife, my kids, my property, everything wholeheartedly should be reposed to Krishna, should be diverted to Krishna. At that time also, we can, this pure love for Krishna can be aroused, and it is confirmed by the great authorities like Bhishma, Prahlada, Uddhava, Narada. Okay, third one.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat. He explains further, great authorities like Bhishma have explained that love of Godhead means completely giving up all so-called love for any other person. According to Bhishma, love means reposing one's affection completely upon one person, withdrawing all affinities for any other person.
It is our most misfortune. Every day we will hear this word. I love you, you love me, I love this, I love that. This is all nonsense. So, according to the scriptures, love should only be used to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. There is everything else is lust only. Because if a husband may think, I love my wife. No, it's not lust. I love my wife. What wife? If the wife doesn't cook for 2 days, 3 days, what's wrong with you? Get lost, he will say. They cannot. It's definitely based on the needs, mutual needs with each other. So we can never be called as love. It is lust only. Whereas if you see Mother Yashoda or gopis, they don't expect anything. And recently we saw that pastime, we heard that pastime many times. When Krishna got headache, there is a Leela, Narada Muni went and got the dust from the lotus feet of the gopis. So they don't care, even they are ready to go to the hell. Only they want is Krishna's happiness. They always want to please Krishna. They don't want anything in return. They don't even think also. So that is called as the pure love. And suppose, how can we develop this pure love? I said, right, earlier I was thinking it is only for the gopis. In the material world, nobody can attain that. So, but acharyas are saying that no, we can also attain that stage. How we can attain? So, this is a little practical exercise. Any volunteer, if you see this picture, what do you think? What comes in your mind? Immediately, you don't need big knowledge, just whatever comes to your mind you can say.
Orange is the color of sannyas.
Okay, wonderful. Anybody else? Just randomly you can say.
Food.
Food. Okay, anybody, any other answers?
It's an orange. I offer to Krishna.
Good. So yeah, so if we are having that always, whatever we see, how can I use this in the service of Krishna? That is the beginning of our loving stage towards Krishna. Anything you see, that's what Srila Prabhupada, that's what you acharyas used to do. Anything they say. One time Srila Prabhupada is going on a morning walk. There is a beautiful carpet, because these Westerners during the festival seasons, even though they look so good, they want to have something new, right? So during Thanksgiving times, so they will throw which is used, even it is nice, good condition also, they will throw it. So Srila Prabhupada immediately, even it is thrown, but if it is good looking, why can't I use it in the service of Krishna? Okay, he asked the disciples, get that carpet and we will use it. We will clean it nicely and we will use it in our temple. So everything, the pure devotees, they will think that how can I use this in the service of Krishna? And always, I am servant of Krishna, I am servant of Krishna. They are completely conscious, so it is natural for them. But when we adopt this, anything we see in connection to Krishna, Krishna also gave many examples or many helping tips also in whole Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 10th chapter, vibhutis, rasoham apsukaunteya, prabhasmi suryayo, pranavas sarva vedeshu. So every day, morning till night, we will hear sounds. Morning till night, we will drink water. Like that, everything. Prabhasmi Suryayo, one line is enough. Morning, we are seeing someone means it is because of the sunlight. That means Krishna is there. Krishna said that I am the sun and moonlight. Immediately we can remember Krishna if we can connect Krishna with everything. And also in the universal form, or Srimad Bhagavatam 2nd and 3rd cantos, creation, when we are discussing creation, it is said that universal form is everything is manifested with his energies and qualities. So that means, if suppose we are seeing a pushpin, that is, you will feel wonderful. That is also a part of the universal form, because this whole, we are all in this universal form, and universal form is nothing but Krishna's energy and made with Krishna's qualities and energies. That means Krishna, we are in the Krishna, in one corner, in very very infinitesimal corner, we are in Krishna's universal form. So in that way also, if we can feel that, realize that there is nothing separate from Krishna, we can always remember, we can always be conscious of Krishna. Okay, like that, everything, that's why if we don't utilize for the service of Krishna, we are all thieves, we are stealing Krishna's property. Okay, like that. And one who can control his senses by practicing these regulated principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord, and thus become free from all attachment and aversion. This is very important. Attachment, aversion. We should be free from both. See, it's not only important to free from attachment, but we should be free from aversion also. I will tell one nice pastime of Srila Prabhupada. One time in the Brooklyn temple, this was shared by His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. Yeah, in the Brooklyn temple, Sudama Prabhu is the director of a drama on a festival occasion, and the drama is Kali, the age of Kali, and he himself was acting as Kali Purusha, Kali, and his agents are lust, anger, greed, all those 6 enemies are there, right? So all those, for that he is depicting all these 6 weapons or 6 agents of Kali with 6 personalities, with some 6 devotees. Out of all these, with 6 devotees. And Prabhupada is watching the drama. And it is very nice. And Prabhupada is surrounded with the whole of his sannyasi disciples. And around the sannyasi disciples, brahmachari disciples are sitting. Everyone is keenly watching the drama. So there comes the lust personified, one mataji, who is extremely beautiful. By nature, she is very beautiful, and Sudama Prabhu engaged her in the service of being as a lusty woman. And the way she is performing the lust, she is deeply immersed in the drama. Her gestures, everything is so much attractive, and it is very hard for the sannyasis to look at the lusty gestures of that Mataji. So Prabhupada understood that. Prabhupada is holding a rose flower. Prabhupada is looking at the drama, and all of a sudden he was looking at all his sannyasi disciples, and everyone is turning their faces away from the drama. Then Prabhupada understood, and at the end, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and all these 6 agents, they were so scared. They were holding their ears. They were running here and there from the stage. with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan movement, completely all the agents of Kali were sent away. That is the drama summary, and everyone clapped. Amazing, very nice. Prabhupada liked it so much. Then Prabhupada's room is in the 11th floor, so they are going by the elevator. Then Prabhupada explained to all the sannyasi disciples, see, you should understand one thing. Whatever you are seeing, everything is, if you are seeing something amazing, something beautiful, it will be good if you are detached from that, but you should also understand that it is the amazing creation of Krishna. You should be able to appreciate it. It's not like we should be free from attachment or free from aversion is also not good. He means that turning away faces is not appreciable, because the thought will be there in the mind still, right? But when we are looking at the drama and appreciate Krishna's creation and the devotees' participation for the pleasure of Krishna, how beautiful it is, we can be free from both attachment and aversion. So in that way, we should not feel like, if you see a rose, we should not use it for our sense gratification, or we should leave to the plant. We should pluck it and utilize in the service of Krishna. That is the real meaning of free from attachment and aversion. When we can do that one, we can go to the level of prema, because we want to engage everything in the service of Krishna. Whatever we see, whatever we feel amazing, whatever we get attracted to, we should appreciate. Like that, well, there are primary and secondary characteristics. We already discussed this one by the earlier speakers. It will completely soften. The first characteristic is it is intensified, because the bhava will be intensified in the prema stage. And the second one is highly possessive ownership of Sri Krishna. Krishna is mine. I want to be Krishna's mother. Krishna is my child. Krishna is my lover. Krishna is my master. Like that, possessiveness will be there. So that is the mamatva. Mamatva is there. You already went through. And it is further. Initially, in the beginning stage, I am Krishna's. I am Krishna's. I am for the pleasure of Krishna. It starts with that. That is called Tadiya stage. And then it will be manifested as Mamatva stage. Krishna is my child. In all, whatever rasa it is. Either parental rasa or Sakhya rasa, Madhurya rasa. Accordingly, they will think Krishna is mine. Krishna is mine. So like that, whatever one gets the vision and understands his eternal relationship with Krishna. So in the Bhava Bhakti, what we will do? We can have, in the Bhava Bhakti itself, we can understand our relationship with Krishna. But we should come to that stage of Bhava. In the Bhava stage also, actually 5-6 stages are there. Sthai Bhava, Vibhava, Anubhava, Vyabhachari Bhava. So like that, there are 5 stages are there in that Bhava stage. So in that mature stage of Bhava itself, we will understand what is our relationship with Krishna. Until then, Prabhupada said that always to think as servant of Krishna is the best way, until our real relation with Krishna is revealed. Sometimes otherwise we will misunderstand and we will become sahasiyas. I am a peacock, I am a cow, like that we will dance. We will do all nonsense. So until that, we will with the mercy of our spiritual master, without any mistake, we can reach that stage if we are serious on our bhakti path. Until that, we should have our serving mood to Krishna as dasya only. Okay. Then when we need, and this point is very important, sometimes we don't need to necessarily forcefully be sent to the prema stage. For example, Hanumanji. He is in the Mahabhava stage, and even though he can go to the prema level, he wants to be in that Mahabhava as a servant only. As conjugal lover, he doesn't want to, because when a devotee goes to the bhava stage, or in that process of serving the Supreme Lord, they don't care. Okay, I am on the 8th level. My goal is 9th level. Let me put some more endeavors. So I will go. It's not like steps, physical steps. Sometimes the devotees, they will be absorbed in that mood, in that bhava only. They don't want to cross that level. Like Hanumanji, he doesn't want to. He want to be always. He doesn't care whether in the bhava stage, I am in the nishta stage, ruchi stage, or prema stage. He doesn't care. My only Lord, my only shelter is my Lord Rama. Let me serve him. This is the only meditation for him. So such pure devotees, they don't care what level they are in, what is the goal to achieve. But for us to understand, there are devotees in various stages. So if we clear off our offenses, there is a, we can be dear to Krishna, to understand the process. Okay, we are thinking. But when we come to that process, we don't need to follow like ninth class, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, nothing like that. Automatically, naturally, the emotions will come. And wherever the emotions we are satisfied, Krishna will allow us to serve him in that emotion. Okay, this one also we already finished, Mamatva Tadiya. And yeah, this one also we finished, but today topic for me is Lord's extraordinary mercy. We'll focus on that. Okay, so prema stage can be attained in two ways: through bhava stage, through mercy stage. One is the maturation of bhava, again further can be attained by two processes: Vaidhi Bhavotta and Raganuga Bhavato. Vaidhi Bhavato means we already sadhana bhakti. It is when we perform the sadhana bhakti rules and regulations, we can develop our ecstasies. So that is Vaidhi Bhavato. And similarly, when we attain the Raganuga stage of practice, voluntarily, spontaneously, we want to get up. We don't need alarms. We don't for Mangalarti. So spontaneously, we want to do out of love. We want to do abhishekam. We want to change the dresses. We want to nicely serve dishes, so many dishes for Krishna. So like that, these are all. So with that, if we have ecstasies, that is Raganuga Bhavato. So both are possible to develop our ecstasies, bhavas. So which will further lead to the prema stage. And this is one thing. And the other thing is, without following the rules and regulations, without any practices also, sometimes Lord's extraordinary mercy will also fall in place. And there is one pastime, His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj in Mayapur. He met Sridhar Swami Maharaj. Sridhar Swami Maharaj is Srila Prabhupada's god brother, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati respects him a lot. Why? Because even when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura is leaving his body, he wants Rupa Manjari Pada. There is one nice bhajan is there. He asked Sridhar Swami to sing that bhajan. Then he told Sridhar Swami Maharaj called another devotee and asked him to sing. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura said that no, I want you only to read. So that signifies that Sridhar Swami Maharaj has deep emotions. His understanding, his realizations are very deep. That's why he asked. So that Sridhar Swami Maharaj used to give a nice association to all our ISKCON devotees, our Maharajas in the beginning stage. Prabhupada is his New Year's. Sridhar Swami Maharaj gave nice care. At that time, His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj asked in Gurvastaka, when we are reading, there are so many confidential services that are described. Like, for example, Nikanjayo Narati Keli Sithai Yayalipi Yuktirapekshaniya Tatrati Dakshadati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. So, such a confidential services to Radha Krishna, we are showing gratitude to our spiritual master, and every disciple is seeking that their spiritual master is engaged in such confidential services. But there are possibility that many gurus are not to that level to take up the confidential service of Radha Krishna. How can we understand when a disciple is singing with respect to their spiritual master when they are not in that level? Then Sridhar Swami Maharaj said that beautiful verse: never underestimate the causeless, extraordinary mercy of Sri Krishna. So that means it doesn't matter when we are in the process, when we are under the shelter of a pure devotee, Krishna will always give that extraordinary mercy, shows this extraordinary mercy. And sometimes also that is also not required. In the case of Putana, we saw that what rules she followed. She didn't chant any rounds, she didn't read any books, she didn't follow anything. Instead, she wanted to kill Krishna. But what extraordinary mercy! He took her to the level of Mother Yashoda, Dhatri stays. So, very inconceivable. Lord's extraordinary mercy is highly inconceivable. So, we should understand that nothing is impossible. Anybody, for example, you are going to Goloka. There, you are seeing a person who is so arrogant in his behavior. Who knows? He may be there. We cannot underestimate Lord's extraordinary mercy. Something he would have done, even a pinch of seva, which is attracting Krishna, which is drawing Krishna's attraction, that's enough. He will immediately pick up that soul. So, we don't need to be wondrous when we see any kind of devotees in Goloka. Okay, prema arising from bhava achieved through Vaidhi sadhana. The same thing through Vaidhi sadhana we discussed, right? Through rules and regulations. And this is Raganuga sadhana. And this nice example, Chandrakanti. There is a gopi. She practiced Raganuga sadhana and she followed the gopis and she can attain. So this is very important. When we see Lord's extraordinary mercy is one aspect, and through association of the pure devotees we can attain this prema. Like here Chandrakanti. Even we can attain this stage. Our moment is so sweet, so amazing. You really have trust. You can see so many secrets when you go through the bhajans of our Vaishnava Thakurs. There is one bhajan, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Okay, in these slides only we will get, I will show. Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he used to follow the footsteps of a gopi, and he gave a hint that for sure if you follow the footsteps of this gopi, even you can control Krishna. Means Krishna can say no. We will see that one. Like that, if you follow these Acharya's songs, we can develop that deep absorption in the past tense. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, Seva. All these things we can have the absorption if you just read those purports of those bhajans. That means if we follow these Srila Prabhupada purports, study. If we just read, we cannot. We should have that desire, intense desire to attain this prema stage. Because it is possible, it is practical. All these classes are emphasizing that this is not for so-called only certain pure devotees, not for me, I am not in that level, not like that. If we are serious, if we follow these acharyas, if we try to understand, they will pull us. They are extremely merciful. Our Bhaktivinoda Thakura, Narottam Das Thakura, our Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, they are even a little bit, if we stretch our hand, they are ready to immediately pull out of this material ocean. So, like that, we have to utilize this opportunity. Yeah, this is important. Can someone read this one? Prema achieved by the extraordinary mercy of Krishna. Anybody can read.
Srimad Bhagavatam 11, 12.7. Okay, go ahead. You read, Mataji. I already read.
Okay, Mataji. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.12.7 exemplifies this. Lord Krishna tells Uddhava, the gopis of Vrindavan did not study the Vedas to achieve me, nor had they ever been in holy places of pilgrimage, nor did they ever devoutly execute any regulative principles, nor did they undergo any kind of austerity. It is simply by my association that they have attained the highest perfection of devotional service.
So, even though gopis did not read anything, they are simple village girls. Even though there are so many Brahmana patnis, Dvijapatnis, right? So these Dvijapatnis, they don't go out because in earlier days, women are restricted in the homes only, right? But they all know about Krishna every day. Why? Because these gopis, they will carry the milk and yogurt, butter yogurt on their head tops, and they will go to door. And these Vijapatnis, they will eagerly wait for these girls, when these girls will come and tell about Krishna. So when the gopis come and wants to give the butter, there is a side path to go to the back. Then these Dvijapatnis, the women, you come back, come back, come back. And then these gopis, they go back. At that time, they are about to give the milk. It's okay. You can give it to me later. Okay, today what Kanna did? You tell me what Krishna did today. You tell me. So like that, every day. They see Dvijapatnis, they are scholars. They're well versed in Vedas, even though their women, they are well versed than these brahmanas, like these brahmanas, but they are much interested and they are getting the real knowledge, absolute knowledge from the village girls who doesn't know anything. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo. So if we know Krishna, about Krishna, that is the essence of all Vedas. So these Dvijapatnis, they are least bothered about all these Samaved, Rigved, Atharvaved. They are very much interested in the concepts of, in the topics of Krishna. That means they are getting the KT, knowledge transfer, from these gopis. So these gopis, even though they did not go, they did not read any Vedas, they did not undergo any austerities, but they are the topmost. How? Because it is due to the extraordinary mercy of Krishna. Yeah, this also you already discussed. Mahatmya Gnana Kevala Prema. Kevala Prema Mahatmya Gnana. So that's why if anyone is serious to go to the topmost platform of Goloka, don't get attracted to the opulences of Krishna. If suppose many devotees who are especially from South India, in Sri Rangan temple or Tirumala temple, they are so much get attracted with the opulence, by the mantras, by the vibrations there, by the lights or anything that will give awe factor. How much ever we are listening that topmost is two hand Shyam Sundara form, like that, but that basic fundamental attraction will be there, no, to the awe and reverence of Krishna. That is not easy to go. But if we have that attraction towards Krishna in the form of awe and reverence, or to the opulence of Krishna, if we are getting attracted, we cannot be sent to the Goloka. We will be transferred either. It is not need not always Vaikunta. In the near the Golaka realm itself, there is a Aishwarya Dham for Krishna, where 400 Vasudeva Krishna is worshipped in on reverence. There is a chance for us to be transferred there. Understand? Vaikunta is there. In the topmost of all Vaikunta planets, where beyond Narayana resides, there is a Goloka. In the Goloka where Krishna resides, in the Goloka also, not only Madhurya Ras Krishna, but also Aishwarya Bhav Krishna is also there with 400, where all Dwarka queens are all worshipping him in opulent way, in a somewhat on reverence way. So we will be transferred there. That's the reason Kevala Prema, one pointed attention, Krishna, worshipping, not worshipping, getting attracted to Krishna as a covered boy, as a simple village covered boy, two-handed Shyamachandra form, playing flute, playing with the gopis amidst of cows. That form, if we get attracted to, we will, without any offenses, and if we are serious in our process, we will, with the mercy of Krishna, Guru and Krishna, we will be transferred to the Goloka. That Kevala Prema we should try to adopt with that Bhava, Vaidhi Bhavatta, Raganuga Bhavatta. With these two process, we should try to attain. Okay. And when in the midst of in this process, if we want to attain that, association of pure devotees is very much needed, because Kevala Prema we cannot attain with our own endeavors. Always we need the guidance, or we need the shelter of pure devotees. Then only our devotion it will be condensed. So we should understand that whether we are taking association in a proper way or not. The only measurement is whether after taking the association of that particular devotee, your faith, your love, at least one step is increased or not. That is very important. You have to assess yourself. If it is stagnant or if it is not increasing, be careful with such associations. Okay, even there are so many association in YouTubes, in the phones, in the shorts, Facebooks, Instagrams. There are so many. But are these taking me in my faith, in my devotion, a step further? You always check yourselves. Or it's like stories, nice to hear. But in our practice also, in our devotional practice also, improvement should be there. Suppose this whole process is described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur as a sugar candy, making of sugar candy. So when we are doing, when we are boiling that syrup, what will happen? What will happen? It will become much candy, like hard, and it will become taste, and also sweet. Sweet will be increased, sweetness will be increased, taste will be increased, and it will become condensed. Our devotion will become condensed. So that is what, when we are associating with the devotees, our faith should be increased, and our anadha should be gone. Means our anger, our lust, our desires, materialistic desires should be reduced. These are all the anadha nivrittis. Anadha nivrittis are also happening or not. You can assess yourself in that way, whether I am progressing towards the bhava prema stages or not. You can easily understand within yourselves. The main crucial stage is anadha nivritti. So with the association, faith is increasing, faith becoming strong, that's good. But also your anadha should be removed with that association. Otherwise, the process will become very slow, because the proper association will remove most of our anattas. it will bring us, like that's the reason even Nectar of Devotion is describing that when we are doing our own sadhana and taking random association, it's like just normal tap water. If we are taking a pure devotee association, our movement will be like a flood. A flood of water can move even a big, strong, heavy weight cars also. In the same way, our stagnant position in bhakti can be at once moved, pushed away by the flood of pure devotee association. That kind of association we should take. That's the reason we always emphasize Prabhupada lectures are high priority because they are like flood. They will push us in the process of devotional service far way ahead, very fast, very quickly. So such kind of pure devotee associations, it's not wrong. Every devotee is very great, but acharyas are much realized. Their realizations, their translations, they are very deep. So when we read, we will have a different kind of emotions towards Krishna that will purify us very fast. Okay, that is the summary. Devotees who achieved bhava from Raganuga sadhana can attain Kevala Prema. Yeah, I don't know. This Raganuga sadhana can be attained, can make us to go towards the Kevala Prema, which will be the fast track process is pure devotee association. Ado Shraddha, Tado Sadhu Sangha. We discussed this process. This is also important. If can someone read? Usually we judge.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Usually,
Yeah, both of you please read each paragraph.
Prabhuji, do you want to go first?
go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Difficulty of understanding prema. Usually, we judge a person's level of success by how happy he has become. The standard becomes useless when applied to a prema bhakta. A devotee in prema is so inundated in waves of transcendental emotion that he cannot even perceive external happiness or distress. Consequently, attempting to measure success by conventional standards is fruitless and misses the point.
Dear Supreme Goddess, you may know from me that anyone who has developed the ecstasy of love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always merged in transcendental bliss on account of this love, cannot even perceive the material distress or happiness coming from the body or the mind.
So these pure devotees, their devotion is not at all on the external factors at all. Like nothing. Whether they are not conscious whether I am behaving as a devotee or not. No, they don't worry if they have some physical problem. No, nothing will hamper their feelings for Krishna. We saw recently His Holiness Kadambakannan Maharaj. He was as ecstatic when he was healthy, and even when he was leaving his body, also same ecstasy he is maintaining. But outside the body is so much troubling him. But it is not affecting his consciousness, his ecstasy. He is rather very boldly saying that I am just going to serve my Lord in a different dress. How much courage! What is impacting them? Nothing. Body, mind, distress, happiness, nothing. Because they are so much internalized. They are deriving happiness from within. They are not depending on any of the external factor. But for us, okay, today if weather is good, okay, down I am not getting concentration. If I sit on sofa, maybe I can do with much concentration. Maybe when I do japa work, I can do better chanting. Nothing. These are all the external factors. They love to chant, they love to utter the words more. Rupa Goswami is hankering. If I have only I have 2 hands. If I have 1,000 hands, 1,000 ears, 1,000 mouths, how much it will be? I can chant more. So they are always, their happiness, their pleasure is from within. That's why nothing. We should also think that when we are complaining because of certain aspect, certain issue, we are not progressing in devotion, means we are on the external platform. We are not in the real devotional platform. On the devotional platform, no matter whether we are in the jail, whether we are, no matter wherever we are, we will relish the chanting, we will give this chanting to others. We will distribute this Krishna Prema, pure love of God, to others. Yeah, further information, we can see many of these in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, many more secrets in that scripture by Srila Sanatana Goswami. This is the secret by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. This is a beautiful bhajan. Shri Radha Krishna Pade Kamalamana Kemone Lobhibe Charama Sarana Chirodina Koriya Charanas Ache he basiya ye adamadas. I don't read everything. See the 10th one. Please engage me in rendering confidential services within the circle of the divine Rasa Mandala. Thus, Bhakti Vinoda, the unworthy maid servant of Sri Lalita Sakhi, is catching hold of your feet under your guidance. So, see, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is very smart. How he is how he is going into that circle of divine. He is already in the circle. He is a manjari. But he is saying for all of us, if you want to go into that circle of divine Rasa Mandala, unworthy maid servant of, take shelter of Sri Lalita Sakhi. Why? Because Lalita Sakhi is in the age, she is elder than the Srimad Radharani. So he, and her nature is very commanding. Even Krishna doesn't refuse. She can command Krishna, why are you rejecting? Why are you opposing? Let's do. We will go to that forest only. Today, Nidhivan only. Let's go. Our gathering is today only. So she can command. Nobody can say no to her. So if we take shelter of such Lalita Shakti, even Krishna or nobody can reject me. So like that, if we follow the pure devotees, we will find so many intricacies. We can have lot of hope to attain this prema stage. Like that, there are so many beautiful bhajans if we can go through and if we take association of such pure devotees. Okay, with this, we'll end the session. If there are any comments or questions, please. Very nice.
Mataji, it's so nice class. I do not know how to express.
No problem.
I love it. I love the class.
Any questions?
No, not really a question. So many things to digest first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sometimes that is the problem with me. I will give a lot of sometimes it is hard.
The story of Chandrakant, you mentioned Kanti or something like that. You mentioned about that.
Yeah, it is the example given in that book itself, Nectar of Devotion. She is also, through Raganuga Bhakti, following the footsteps of Gopi, she also became Gopi. That means with practice also, it's like evidence for us. See, Chandrakanti also followed these principles and she could attain a Gopi stage, pure love stage. So like that, Srila Rupa Goswami is giving us hope, confidence. If you also follow the process, you can also attain Prema stays.
So she was present at the time of Krishna was there, or later on she came?
Chandrakanti,
She,
I didn't see if I remember the Srimad Bhagavata 10th canto. If there are names mentioned, maybe that time I can know, Mataji.
okay.
Okay. If there are no further questions, Shimesha Das Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Anjana here. Yes, Mataji, like very nice like clarification about the emotions and the bhava and the prema. My question, like sometimes it is tough to understand the maturation, the maturity of bhava. I mean, even in general maturity, I just want to hear from your words, like how you explain the maturation or the maturity.
Good, Mataji. Actually, before going or discussing about the bhava states, first we have to analyze. We already discussed, right? Ada Shraddha, Tado Sadhu Sangha, at Bhajanatya, and Nishta. Usually, sadhakas will mainly focus on these two stages, anadhanivritti and nishta. Means whether all my impurities are got rid of in my sadhana. Means whether I am treating every devotee in a positive way, whether I am giving enough respect, whether I am controlling my emotions, controlling my senses, whether so these are all the anathas. Mostly they will focus, and the parallel aspect is whether I am nista in my devotion, whether am I determined in my devotion. So, like every day, am I committed to read Srila Prabhupada books? So, when we are committed, when we are fixed in our sadhana, that is the nista. Then later comes ruchi, asakti. Ruchi means wants to attain more and more, wants to take this transcendental knowledge process more and more. That is ruchi, asakti, our taste and our inclination to get more and more bhakti. So, like that, then automatically we will see that maturation. Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. I think this, like, from the beginning, there may be lack of some knowledge and some, I can say, not the childish behavior, but some kind of behavior that is not like mature enough related to the bhakti, right? So slowly, the way we grow with the process or the knowledge of process and many steps, and that stage we will be reaching, I think that is the maturation.
Yeah.
Maturity.
So, yeah, chant nicely every day. Then we will see when we are having a nice chanting, morning chanting. So, all these you will feel even at this stage also, sadhaka level, beginning stage, another nivritti stage also, we can find the symptoms of bhava, because we will chanting itself is independent of stages, all these stages. Chanting itself, any stage, it can generate that ecstasy, it can generate that bhava, but not in the full extent like acharyas. We will not like all the time jumping when we are chanting, but we can see that relishment. We will feel the taste of chanting. Wow, I'm feeling something, bliss in my heart. That will be there even in the beginning stages when we are chanting nicely, when we are hearing that, when we are chanting.
Yes, Mataji, yes. That's I think that's what's holding devotees, right?
Correct. In
And
that,
they are come.
that yes, there is a bhava. These are the glimpses. When it is condensed, just imagine how it is going to be when we reach that
Oh
maturity.
yes, very yummy taste, like kheer or like other condensed khoya, mawa, right? Sweetness.
That's why
Thank you,
devotion,
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.
Lord's name, Lord's devotion, everything is very sweet.
Yes, singing, chanting, listening to the bhajans or the kirtan, everything. And if you are like staying without this for 3-4 days or something, and then you, you can imagine the situation.
Correct.
Going out, the devotees may go out of their mind. Oh, what's happening? Where is my temple?
That is the beauty of this Krishna consciousness, Mataji. Any other process, it needs some hardships. Suppose some puja is there, vrata is there, lot of fasting is required, lot of ritual process is there. Nothing. From the beginning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the desert first. You don't need to finish the whole course and at the end, and no, you have to go desert, nothing like that. He first gave the gulab jamun, ice cream first.
Yes, very nice, Mataji.
That's why
Very
from
nice.
the beginning it is a so relishable process.
Yes, Mataji, I watched one movie. It was on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Good.
And that the way you just mentioned, like he gave the gulab jamun or the dessert first, and the movie is like that. Means, I mean, if we focus only on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how they are showing him in the movie, so that is really good. Thank you, Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Mataji, talking with the Krishna, is that, can you comment on that? Sometimes I talk to Krishna, what do you want? What dress you like? Or something, it comes out, what do you want? What does it mean? Is it good or not?
Yeah, it's good, Mataji, but sometimes we may speculate. We have to be, that's why always when we are offering bhoga also, our process is we will give to the gurus will give to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give to Krishna. That's what Srila Prabhupada also mentioned the process. We should not try to jump over, otherwise we will speculate, we will misinterpret, and we will end up in somewhere, we will become sahasyas. There is a danger. That's why some devotees may be so qualified, but always safe to follow the process. When we are offering clothes, when we are offering bhoga, follow the Guru Parampara.
I see. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Shimhesha Das Prabhuji. I think Prabhuji went to some service.
Prabhu's in the temple, so if one has a question, we can bring it to a close.
Yeah.
We can chant the Vaishnava prayer. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Vaishnav ki jai.
Jai.
Grantaraj Shri Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Sanatan Goswami Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta
Jai.
Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari Hari
Hari
Bol.
Hari. Hari Hari.
Thank you, Kalindi
Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.